Early life and beginnings. Charles "Charlie" Parker Jr., also known as Bird or Yardbird, was born on August 29, 1920, in Kansas City, Kansas. He grew up in Kansas City, Missouri, a hub for jazz and blues music, which significantly influenced his early musical development. His father, Charles Parker Sr., was a musician and performer, and his mother, Addie Parker, worked as a maid. Parker began playing the saxophone at the age of 11, inspired by the vibrant local jazz scene. At 15, he left school to pursue music full-time. His initial forays into the professional music scene were challenging. He was famously humiliated during a jam session for his lack of skill. Determined to improve, Parker practiced intensively, often up to 15 hours a day, honing the technique and style that would later revolutionize jazz. In 1939, Parker moved to New York City, drawn by the thriving jazz community. Here, he worked as a dishwasher at Jimmy's Chicken Shack, where he would meet pianist Art Tatum, whose virtuosity deeply influenced him. During this period, Parker began to develop the complex, fast-paced style of improvisation that became known as bebop. Parker's collaborations with trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie were instrumental in the birth of bebop. The two played together at various clubs, including Minton's Playhouse and Monroe's Uptown House, where they experimented with new harmonic ideas and faster tempos. Bebop was a stark departure from the swing style that dominated jazz, emphasizing intricate solos and complex chord progressions. In 1945, Parker and Gillespie made a series of recordings that solidified the bebop movement. Tracks like "Coco," "Now's the Time," and "Billy's Bounce" showcased Parker's innovative approach to melody and harmony. His compositions often featured rapid chord changes and unusual intervals, challenging both listeners and fellow musicians. Despite his professional success, Parker's life was plagued by personal demons, particularly his addiction to heroin, which he began using as a teenager. His drug use led to erratic behavior, missed performances, and several arrests, impacting his career and health. In 1947, Parker formed his own quintet, featuring notable musicians such as Miles Davis on trumpet, Duke Jordan on piano, Tommy Potter on bass, and Max Roach on drums. This group recorded several classic tracks, including Parker's Mood, Scrapple from the Apple, and Steeplechase. These recordings are now considered some of the most important in the bebop canon. Parker also ventured into new musical territories, blending jazz with classical elements. In 1949, he recorded "Charlie Parker with Strings," an album that featured him playing alongside a string section. This album, which included renditions of standards like "Just Friends" and "April in Paris," was a commercial success and demonstrated Parker's versatility and ambition as an artist. Charlie Parker is widely regarded as one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. His innovative approach to the saxophone and improvisation redefined jazz, paving the way for future generations of musicians. Bebop, in particular, transformed jazz from dance music to a more sophisticated art form, emphasizing intellectual and technical prowess. Parker's influence extended beyond jazz. His work inspired musicians across genres, including classical, rock, and hip-hop artists. John Coltrane, Sonny Rollins, and Ornette Coleman, among many others, cited Parker as a major influence on their music. His legacy continues to inspire and challenge musicians worldwide. The last years of Parker's life were marked by increasing instability and health issues. His drug and alcohol abuse took a severe toll on his body, leading to frequent hospitalizations. Despite these struggles, he continued to perform and record, though his productivity was hampered by his addictions. On March 12, 1955, Charlie Parker died in the New York City apartment of his friend and patron, Baroness Pannonica de Königswarter. The official cause of death was lobar pneumonia and a bleeding ulcer, compounded by his long-term substance abuse. He was only 34 years old, but the coroner mistakenly estimated his age to be between 50 and 60 due to the ravages of his lifestyle. Charlie Parker's contributions to jazz and music as a whole are immeasurable. He pushed the boundaries of musical expression and technique, creating a new vocabulary for jazz that continues to influence musicians today. His recordings remain essential listening for anyone interested in jazz, and his life story serves as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale about the costs of genius. Parker's posthumous recognition includes numerous awards and honors. He was inducted into the Downbeat Jazz Hall of Fame and the Grammy Hall of Fame. His life and music have been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and films, ensuring that his legacy endures. The annual Charlie Parker Jazz Festival in New York City is a testament to his lasting impact on the jazz community. In summary, Charlie Parker was a pioneering artist whose innovations transformed jazz and left an indelible mark on the world of music. His genius, however, was tempered by personal struggles that ultimately led to his untimely death. Nonetheless, his influence continues to resonate, inspiring countless musicians and ensuring his place as one of the true legends of jazz.